Episode 160, weighing in with Travis Hartman. I am B Money, the producer. That over there is the talent, Travis Hartman, aka Weekend Trav, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney. Always ones to make headlines as it's official. Ryan Garcia has been popped for 12 months of a suspension from the world of boxing. Weekend Trav, and Devin Haney is not doing himself any favors by not staying quiet about it and talking about potentially suing him even further. Weekend Trav, come on, give us a rundown here. You're a professional in this sport. You've spent your life in this sport.
Yeah.
And now this is what we're talking about. We're talking about potentially suing a guy because he got popped for some substance. And on top of that, isn't 12 months a little steep, Weekend Trav? What do you think? Give us your take.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna say it. I think that Devin Haney is soft like Charmin.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Bro, listen, I've never in my life thought that I would be in a position as a professional boxer who never one time came close to popping for illegal substance. I'm talking about myself. Never once. I was clean my whole career, amateur to pro. Never ever came close to popping because I've never taken anything. I barely even take supplements, so there's no contamination. But
Hmm.
Devin, I've never thought I would defend Ryan Garcia, but I'm gonna defend Ryan Garcia a little bit. It was trace amounts. I've said this like the billionth or trillionths of particles, whatever. It was like something so small. Austrian did not beat Devin Haney. Devin Haney got his butt kicked by Ryan Garcia. And I think Devin Haney would just do himself so much more justice by just owning up, being like, listen, he did test positive. I get it. I wasn't who I should have been that day. I'm going to come back better. But his PR team is ruining it right
I'm
now because right
thinking,
now he really is the victim, B-Money. If you want to be honest,
yeah, it's
technically
true.
he's the
It's true.
victim,
It's
but
true.
he's not playing that very well.
I mean, at this point, I think he doesn't have a PR team, right? No, there's no public relations helping him out. It's is it him and his dad just running their mouths and, talking about retribution and possibly suing because what happened out there. Weekend Travel, I sent you this on Instagram. One of the weirdest things I saw is that they tried to get YouTube to take down every possible clip of him getting his butt worked over, and YouTube and Google basically said, "No, who are you? We don't care." So it's just it's a mind-boggling. And once again, I agree with you. Ryan Garcia, yeah, you got caught for whatever, even if it wasn't your fault, even if it was, somehow mistakenly got in your whatever, you got your suspension. The fight's ruled a no contest, not a DQ. I think maybe the suspension was a little lengthy, 12 months, Weekend Trav. I mean,
Yeah.
but Devin Haney, come on. What
Yeah.
happened? Let's take the example from years ago, and everyone's saying this example. What happened in with Miguel Cotto's situation? He wanted to come back and prove that he could beat the dude, and he did, right?
Yeah.
It
Margarito.
wasn't a matter of complaining about it and just being a sore, I guess, victor in this case, or sore just I don't know. What do you can't be a sore loser because he just technically didn't lose, but he's being
Yeah.
sore about it. He's being a baby. Devin Haney wiped his Instagram account, has 3 posts now, and 95% of the comments on those posts are all vitriol against the Haney family and well
Yeah.
deserved. Devin Haney, you're a baby. And to take the words out of Mike Perry's mouth when he's referencing Jake Paul, you're soft like baby poo.
Which is listen, I that's what I don't understand. I feel like Devin Haney just needs to be quiet. Ride this out, bro. Just shut up. You got your O back. But the sad thing is, the more he talks, the more everybody's like, nah, he's got a loss. He doesn't have an O. If you look at comments on social media, if you look at the overwhelming majority, obviously there's always going to be those outliers, but the overwhelming majority really are like, you know what? You Austrian didn't keep you from not blocking that left hook of Ryan Garcia's, the
Didn't
one that
knock you
you
down 3 times.
the one that said you were training for and only training for that. So, but also I want people to know this. There needs to be this example needs to be out there too. Steroids don't automatically win you fights. And I have a perfect example for everybody. Um, Vargas versus De La Hoya. Fernando Vargas versus De La Hoya. Fernando Vargas came in the best shape of his life and ended up popping for actual steroids. He actually was doing it and juicing. And guess who won that fight? Oscar De La Hoya. He stopped Fernando Vargas once Fernando Vargas was on steroids. So don't come at me with this crap that steroids won the fight. I agree that we should keep boxing clean 100%. But the amounts that tested in Ryan Garcia's system to me was not enough evidence. And I'm no chemist, I'm no expert, I'm not, because I don't do steroids, I never have. But just from being, let's just call it the layman's terms, for me, I don't think it was enough to make any kind of difference in that outcome of that fight. I think Devin Haney, take your lumps like a man, even though it got erased from your record, fine. Take that as a win and move on. But I want to say this. You asked me if I thought a year suspension was a little too much for Ryan Garcia, and I do. I thought it was going to be between 6 months into a year. I was leaning more on the 6 month side. I think what ended up happening was, if you see it, you've been sending me some posts about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is going off the rails still.
He's on
He
tour
is.
now. He is
He's
on
literally on
tour.
tour. I think he's campaigning. I think he
Yeah.
might run for
He
political
might be
office in
vice
the next
president,
year.
the vice president candidate for Donald Trump.
There you go. He's going to be at the speech, or he's going to be at the debate this coming week with Donald Trump against Joe Biden.
Gosh. Oh, of
But
course.
I think that the athletic commission, they see these things. I mean, they're not stupid. The New York State Athletic Commission is who I believe it was. Yeah, because it was in New York. They're the ones who dropped down the suspension, also fined him. He had to forfeit 1.1 million back to Golden Boy. I wonder, I think that was more of in the contract, like a morals type of clause or something. I think a lot of people do that. And somewhere in there that says that, because I've never actually heard of that going back to the promoter, which was different. But I think that the total ended up being like 1.8 million that Ryan Garcia ended up having to forfeit back, counting the 600,000 he had to pay Devin Haney for the weight, because he came in 3 pounds overweight. But the long story of the short is that it's funny because Ryan Garcia tested positive, and he did, and he's coming out as the victor.
He's the one looking good.
All fronts, which is crazy because he's a little out there.
I mean, listen. I don't disagree with, the no contest. I think, yeah, unfortunately,
We said that on the show.
Once again, even if that was in his system and he had no idea, it is what it is. That's just how it goes. I lean more. Probably should have been about 6 months. I think they're saying 12 at this point, because we've already baked in about 1.5, 2 months of that at this point.
Yeah.
But still, it seems
served.
a little lengthy. But I'm just seeing like the Haney supporters. You got like WBC, Morrow, and all those guys. Like, do yourself a favor and just shut up. Just stop talking about it, because you're just ruining credibility, and it's sounding like the ultimate hawk Tuah. Devin Haney, if you know what I'm talking about, folks. I mean, it's
spit on that thing. You know what I'm
June,
saying?
It's June 2024, so pardon us if you're watching this 2 years from now. This is a thing right now.
Spit on that thing.
I'm just saying, like, get off of Devin Haney, please. Please. He has shown us who he is in the ring, and he's very talented, very skilled, but I'm tired of his father. I'm tired of the antics now post all this debacle between him, Ryan Garcia, and, the now verified suspension. I'm just kind of over it. Shut your faces. Can we move on to something else in the boxing world? Can we? Something? I don't know. Like, who potentially, who wants to see Devin Haney fight somebody again? I only want to see him fight somebody because I want to hear him get tore apart because of this stuff.
I'll tell you how much people don't want to see him fight. They just had a bid for his next fight. His own promoter, which is Eddie Hearn. So what happens is the fights go to a bid, right? His own promoter didn't even bid for him. They lost the bid for like 2.1 or some $1 million, which goes to show you that right now, even before the Garcia fight, Devin Haney doesn't sell. And I'm not being a hater. I'm being honest.
Because he's talented.
Devin Haney,
he just doesn't sell.
Super talented. He just doesn't sell. And that's the truth of the matter. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is, because I predicted years and years ago that Devin Haney would be where he's at right now. And he is. But he did get his butt kicked by Ryan Garcia. So move on. But it just goes to show you right now that even his own promoter, and he came out against his promoter, was like, really, Eddie? How do you not even bid on my fight? He doesn't bid on your fight because promoters are in the business of making money.
Making money.
If he could make money off of you, he would have bid. He can't.
His next fight needs to be, I don't know. It needs to be a statement victory for him. It needs to be a finish. It can't go the distance. So that's why it almost can't be somebody that's going to carry the marketing of this thing, because I think any of these names we've talked about potentially fighting against a Devin Haney or any of the others would drag him through the length of the whole distance of the fight,
Yeah.
and that becomes another boring Devin Haney potential victory, or he loses and cries about it and gets his victory back.
Yeah.
Uh, I I don't know what to do with him right now, Week and Trav, and I think he understands that to a point too.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but whoever's in his ear needs to get out of his ear. He just needs to shut up, go live your life, enjoy your money right now,
It's
get
probably his
back to the
dad,
drawing
bro.
board.
It's
Yeah.
probably his dad.
Go back to
Like,
the drawing board. You're young, talented, have a great record, and there are fights to make. But right now, you just have a stink. You are a wounded animal right now, Devin Haney, and you don't want to be in the ring with some of these competitive guys that I think will take you to school without any sort of added substance in their blood.
and that's the thing. Devin Haney, move on. Start focusing more on your next fight.
Yep.
Stop bringing light to the fact you got your butt kicked. And actually, here's the deal. I was arguing with a guy on social media, by the way, debating a guy. And they were like, oh, Garcia was clearly doing steroids. Blah, blah. I was like, if he was doing steroids, then why was the guy super tired halfway through that fight? If you look at it, Ryan Garcia actually barely won that fight. Even with the 3 knockdowns, you watch that, the scorecards were super close, even with the 3 knockdowns. So I'm like, if this kid was actually juicing, he would not have been as tired. Devin Haney, even though he got knocked down, Ryan Garcia showed massive signs of being tired, like in the 6th to 8th round. So he looked like he was tired. He wasn't juicing to the
If he was
fact of to gain
legitimately
an advantage.
juicing, if he was legitimately juicing, it would have shown up on any sort of pre-fight test anyways. So these were like the trace substances, and I can't remember all the timeline, but if he had something significant in the system, this fight wouldn't have happened. I mean,
So he tested positive the day before and the
right.
day of, and that was it. But he passed every other random drug test
Yeah.
leading up to that point.
Give
So
me a
people
break.
need to know that
Give me a
too.
break.
If he was juicing, it came out.
It's not like when I go eat a bunch of Mexican food and I immediately have to go take a dump really bad and just shred the toilet. It's not like that where you get this in your system and you're immediately a better fighter overnight.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not.
You know what I'm talking about?
I want to say yes, but
You
I
do
should say
know.
no.
I know you know.
Uh,
You know that I know that you know.
I'm gonna pull like a Seinfeld episode here to where, listen, he did test positive for drugs and he won. But we're not saying it's okay to
No.
take illegal substances. We have never said that on this show, and we never will say, because, like I said, I'm a staunch defender of the testing and all of that. I never, in 20 years of professional, 14 as an amateur, never once tested positive for any substance, let alone illegal substance. So I'm not saying that it's okay to have any of that in your system. I did agree that Ryan Garcia deserved a suspension. I never once agreed that they should reverse this decision and make it a loss. I thought a no contest because technically he did break the rules, whether it was on purpose or not. He broke the rules.
Right.
Fair enough. I
Right.
think a 6-month suspension was fair.
Right.
I think that the commission saw him and his antics, and they're like, you know what? We're going to tack on another 6 months, which was kind of garbage, but whatever. Ryan Garcia is going to be fine.
Yeah.
He is. He's
Yeah.
out. Well, actually, I hope he's going to be fine
He'll be
mentally.
fine. He'll
This
be
kid
fine.
needs some stuff.
He's just on the he like I said, he's on tour right now, doing his thing, enjoying life and just being in the limelight as much as possible and taking advantage of all these slights that have happened. Yeah, it's an interesting situation we're in, Weekend Trav. And once again, I'm gonna go back to my point. Everyone would do themselves a service. If they want this thing to go away, the easiest way to make it go away is to stop talking about it. Stop being an idiot online. Stop, and I'm speaking more to Devin Haney and, other people that are coming to his defense. Just stop. If you ignore it, we'll move on to whatever the latest and greatest shiny object and toy is, and that might be one Jake Paul and Mike Perry coming up on July 20, right?
Yeah. The most
Maybe
exciting.
maybe that's the best segue we got to switch topics right there. So
Listen,
they had Weekend Trav. They did have their first face off, if you want to call it, via telecast. And so that was their first ability to have some conflict, verbally spats, if you
yeah.
will, which was nice to see. What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
they were on the Ariel Helwani show,
Yep.
and I found it awkward when Jake Paul said that he wanted to put Mike Perry's balls all up in his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thought it was a little weird as he's holding the umbrella, protecting
Rolling an
himself from the
umbrella.
rain
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Puerto Rico. But listen, I've said it from the start. I told everybody if you have a chance to go to one of these weigh-ins or one of the press conferences, although this one was via social media, so you couldn't, but they're going to have an in-person one. If you ever get a chance, if it's anywhere near where you live, please go, because Mike Perry and Jake Paul is made for TV, period.
Yeah.
Go. And again, it's the most excited I've ever been for a Jake Paul fight because he's fighting our boy Mike Perry. I'm there for the soap opera. I'm there for the, if you drive by and you see a train wreck and you know that there's so much graphic fatalities that happen, but you can't stop staring at it. That's the Jake Paul versus Mike Perry match. I can't stop staring at it. I can't stop watching. I can't stop looking for all the headlines that are going to be happening
I
because
can't
I'm
wait.
so stoked.
I can't wait. And I can't wait to be there on July 20th as we have our tickets already. We're ready to go. And I want an ugly battle. I want the uglier the fight, the better, because that leans more towards Mike Perry's
Agreed.
favor in this. And so we want it to get nasty in there. And I think the lead up and the build up is going to be nasty and a lot of verbal spats, not this real wishy-washy stuff. Mike was on, he was ready. Like you could see him starting to turn that switch or flip that switch on. Jake
Yeah.
Paul twirling the umbrella in the pool, not feeling it, not feeling the shameless promotion of the spray deodorant that you can get at Walmart, I guess. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be going to Walmart anytime soon to get this deodorant. That, by the way, they say is basically a clean deodorant, meaning there's no added. It still has aluminum in it, folks, which is the leading cause of breast cancer with regard to deodorants. It still has aluminum in the product. So it might have natural ingredients, but it still has aluminum. So sorry, Jake Paul, and your little deodorant business. I ain't going to Walmart anytime soon to spray that crap all over my body or put it on my armpits. Thank you.
If we're gonna buy any pretty stuff to make us better, it's gonna be something Ryan Garcia
Oh
markets.
yeah,
Okay.
his soap.
He's much more handsome and he's much more charismatic than Jake Paul. So let's put that out there.
The
Jake,
last thing I want to
be
do in my
honest.
life is smell like Jake Paul.
The last
That
thing I
just
want to do in my
doesn't.
life is look like him too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's be money.
I'm okay having an olive complexion. I'm
He's
okay.
trying to put balls all up in his mouth and he's okay with that.
Mhm.
He literally said that about Mike Perry. He goes,
Yeah,
I'll get them all up in there. He's like, I'm gonna marry them. And Mike and him were talking about being married. And he's like, I'm gonna marry them, put it all up. Like, we follow us
weird.
on our Instagram, weighing in with Travis on our Instagram. We got some funny reels there. Check them out. Follow us.
Yeah,
Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us some love because we're gonna cover this match a lot because it's in Tampa. We're over here in Orlando. Let's go.
looking forward to it. Here's something we haven't covered at all weekend, Trav, and it's coming up this coming weekend. Teofimo Lopez is fighting. Did anyone know that? Did anyone know that Teofimo Lopez is back in action? I think you said June 29th. That should be this Saturday, right?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, possibly. Have we heard any promotion for this?
Oh,
If anything, Teofimo needs to fight Devin Haney at 140. Let's see that fight happen, be money. The winner of that, maybe the king, Ryan Garcia, will fight them when he comes off his suspension. Maybe.
I want to see that, but I only want to see it if also the co-main event is both Devin Haney's father and Teofimo Lopez's father fighting.
What a brilliant marketing. If they could get those two together, you're 100%. I wasn't
There you
even
go.
thinking about
Okay,
that, but
I might as well just be a promoter.
that's why you're
It's
the
done.
counterpart and the co-host of Weighing In with Travis Harmon, because you just said something so beautiful. And that was, I wanted to see the in-ring action you're talking about, which is perfect. They're probably the most vilified and talked about fighter dads slash coaches as
Yeah.
well. How amazing would that be, those two?
Remember how years ago it was about like cheer moms and dance moms and how just spiteful and rageful that was. There were shows about it. This is now what it is. We're talking about boxing dads. I mean, Devin Haney's an adult man, and Teofimo Lopez is an adult man, and their dads. Their dads are speaking for them and running the show. Guys, man up. You're in your mid-20s at this point, right?
Yeah,
Like
they
you're
are.
a man and you're making millions of dollars. Speak for yourself. Do your thing. And your dads haven't exactly like led you the right way, at least recently, just because they're all that's a different topic. That's a different topic.
Tell
But
us how
yeah,
you really feel, B Money. Tell
well,
us how you really feel.
let's go back to Teofimo Lopez. So that's this Saturday, right? Weekend Trav?
Yeah, it is. He's fighting Steve Clagent, who is 38-7-2 with 26 knockouts at the
What
James L. Knight Center in Miami, Florida.
the hell is
Um,
that? Is that a
I
bingo hall?
listen, I'm trying to not talk trash because Teofimo did more than I ever did as a pro. I get it, but let's be honest. Like, come on, like you're supposed to be this like, oh, I should be making $100 million.
Oh, I'm gonna talk.
You should be making
I'll
$100 million, but
talk.
yet nobody's heard that you're fighting this weekend. Give me a
Yeah,
break, bro. Give me a
yeah.
break. Like we're talking about Ryan Garcia, who hasn't fought for a month and a half.
I'll talk trash. Because what's someone gonna say to us? Oh, only 100 people watch your YouTube videos. I don't give a crap. I don't do. I don't do that for that number. I do it because somebody has to be honest. Somebody out here on the airwaves has to say what everyone's thinking. Okay.
Yep. Say it, be
We
money.
don't appreciate some of these things going on. And Teofimo Lopez, you should be selling out someplace, not going fighting in a bingo hall. I'm assuming it's a bingo hall.
I mean, it's probably a stadium. I don't know.
Nothing
I've never
against
heard of
bingo.
it.
Nothing against bingo.
Yeah, be careful. You're gonna get the bingo
When I
people after us.
fun fact, when I was in high school, I earned community service hours by calling out bingo numbers at an old person's home next to my high school.
Wow, you're such a good guy.
Well,
We don't talk. We don't talk about that
they
enough.
thought I was there because I got in trouble with the popo and I had to get hours. I'm like, no, it's for scholarship purposes. What? Because of the color of my skin?
Yep.
See?
Clearly.
See,
Clearly.
we're completely woke on this channel. We should get more followers, YouTube, Google. Come on.
We are, dude. What's
Get us
up
to
with
a
that?
thousand so we can get monetized, please.
Where the heck is James L. Knight Center in Miami Beach?
Dude, that's the first time I've ever heard of that place.
I mean, you know how places are always changing the name and like selling out to other
James L.
sponsors.
Knight, is that who it
This
is?
is for a WBO world title. Like it's called James L. Knight Center, Miami Beach. Can you find that, B Money?
I could
In
try.
your wisdom of B Moneyness?
I could try, but that
Is there
means
a
you got to
way?
talk. You got to fill in the gaps I'm talking then.
I mean, I'm really good at filling in
What's
gaps.
the name of this place
I could
again?
You make me repeat. James L. Knight, and Knight is
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Knight,
there it is. Center
Center Miami
Miami.
Beach. It's
Okay.
probably a stadium. Maybe they renamed it, but
No,
like,
it's like a performance hall. It's not like you get concerts and stuff there.
tell me the attendance. Will it tell you that?
Let me see here.
It's probably like 2,000, 5,000. No way. It's much more.
Let's see. Well, let's see. We have a few different Spanish concerts coming soon
Good for
there.
Steve Clagett. Let's see what his he's Canadian. That's who's fighting him.
Facilities. Let's go here. Okay, facilities. Oh, there. I mean, it's kind of a connection. There's a few different things tied to the center. So, okay, I'm not going to poo-poo it too much. You got a lecture hall, you got the Ash Auditorium, you got a conference center. Okay, so maybe it's just so big. Hyatt Hotel is attached to it. Okay, so all right, not going to poo-poo it too much. But usually when people go down there, they don't fight in Miami. They usually fight at the Hard Rock,
Don't
Fort
poo poo
Lauderdale
it,
or something.
or yeah, the stadium or whatever. Yeah. Um, I have a fun. So, Steve Clagett, who is fighting Teofimo,
Yep,
June 29th, which is this weekend, right?
yep, yep,
Saturday.
yep.
Steve Clagent lost a unanimous decision to a guy that I fought, Danny O'Connor, in 2018. He lost a unanimous 10-round decision. I've actually now fought two people that are on the Teofimo Lopez record. I fought Mason Menard, who Teofimo knocked out. I lost a decision to. But also now Danny O'Connor, who I lost a decision to as well.
We don't play the stages of Kevin Bacon here on Weighing In with Travis Hartman. We play the stages of Travis Hartman game here, which doesn't take very long. I mean, we're right
Let's
there.
go. Listen, right now is when we should strike B Money because I have a lot of mutual opponents of a lot of the big time people, which is like Terrence Crawford. I was gonna say Steve Crawford. It's a guy in the boxing world, but anyway, Terrence Crawford. Plus, like I fought everybody, but we need to strike now because I'm also getting older, and those guys are gonna start fading
They're
off
also getting
soon.
older too.
Exactly. So we got to talk about it now. So if
Yeah.
we shove this down people's throats, it's because in about 5 years, we're not going to be able to.
It's like if
So
I ever have a conversation, like I'll random stuff or like way back when I was growing up, like I used to love pro wrestling. I went to a lot of different shows and stuff. I'm like,
most
yeah,
kids did.
I saw this guy and this guy. And now it's like, who? I'm like, oh man, come
Yeah.
on, come on.
Bro, one of my biggest old person moments in my life so far, while I'm only 40, whatever, was I started talking about Nelly to my
EI.
kids, my 15 and
Country grammar?
16-year-olds. They were like, "Who's Nelly?"
Who's
And I said,
Nelly?
but it blew my mind because
To
Nelly's
be
still, he's
to
still
be
around
fair,
actually though, B Money.
he was
He's
bigger
actually
and
still around.
yeah, but he was like he had the solo album, which was awesome. But then it got more in like the producing realm and like, doing that kind of stuff.
Nelly still toured like over in like
I
the
know, but
UK.
they don't know that world, man. They don't know
I
that.
know, and I
They don't
felt
know real
old.
hip hop. They don't know real rap. Okay, we grew up when it was rap was about, drugs and hoes and stuff like that. Now
Yeah,
it's like synthesizer voices and just stupid stuff and fake beefs. It's just dumb. We
I don't even
digress.
know.
We digress. Oh yeah. Oh, well, another thing,
That's
like
what we're good at. That's what we're good
I
at.
grew up as an Orlando Magic fan. I had season tickets and I went back in the days when it was Shaq and Penny.
Let's go.
And now you talk Penny Hardaway and no, and they're like, who
Yeah,
the guy, the coach from Memphis?
yeah.
Or like I don't know if he still coaches the Memphis Cougars college, but I'm
I
like,
don't
no,
know
Penny
actually.
Hardaway. He you don't understand. Before he got hurt, he was
He was the man. Like
incredible.
he was an it guy. He was in commercials. I
I,
remember the
I
commercial.
tell
Like I
these
think it was a
young
Sprite.
I tell these young bloods, I'm like, you never seen that movie Blue Chips? Like, oh, they don't
Mhm.
know. They don't know what that is.
They don't. They gotta watch it. Nick Nolte, Shaq,
Blue
Penny
Chips.
Hardaway.
That's
Yeah.
that helped propel the Orlando Magic to actually draft or to acquire Penny Hardaway on draft day instead of sticking with Chris Webber. People don't realize that because Shaq vouched for him. He wanted Penny, not Chris Webber.
Yeah, but maybe he should have got Chris Webber.
I don't think it would have helped. We got to the finals,
Time
man.
out. Time out. Oh wait, sorry. Only our old listeners will know what that meant. Chris Webber called the timeout.
Oh, that's right.
Fab
Yeah, when he was in
Five.
Michigan.
B
Yeah.
Money, you missed it. You missed that one. Man, I'm old. I feel like I'm older than you now, and I'm not.
I knew what
Thanks a lot.
happened. Yeah, him and Juwan Howard and
Yeah,
who
the
were the
Fab
other?
Five. It was the
Who were the
Fab
other
Five.
three?
Jalen Rose,
Jalen
Jawan
Rose.
Howard, Chris Webber.
There's another guy, and then one
There's
guy
two
that no one
more.
really knows.
Yeah, there's two more, but whatever. Everybody knows what we're talking about. Michigan, Fab Five. They were
Yeah, because back
phenomenal.
then we all used to wear our basketball shorts like that too, big and baggy.
Bro, I literally was a Kansas Jayhawks fan, but I actually had Michigan shorts because they were like so popular. But whatever.
These kids
It's
don't know,
crazy.
man. These
They
kids
don't
don't know.
know. They literally don't know.
Weekend
But
Trav, what do we
long
miss?
story short is that Teofimo
Mm,
Lopez is fighting this weekend, and
yeah.
he wants to make $100 million a fight and wanted to leave top rank because of that. And the fact that we've overshadowed him now like 3 or 4 different times with old school references should tell you enough.
Like Nick
Listen,
Nolte
listen, I get it. Fighters deserve to be paid. I am more of an advocate. Fighters deserve to be paid more than anybody, but
with 100
also
million.
they deserve to get paid what they're bringing in. And Teofimo Lopez obviously is not bringing in a lot because if he was, he'd probably be fighting here in Orlando, where Box Lab has made it a new hub for
Ain't
Florida.
ain't nobody making 100
Not
million.
South Florida,
Ain't no one
not
making
South
100.
Florida, Central Florida.
Yeah,
Box Lab, let's go.
but yes, but ain't nobody making 100 million a fight. Come on, not even Canelo. Don't even start.
And he's not.
He's
Canelo just
not.
showed up on the Forbes magazine, Forbes most richest athletes up to this point. He only had one fight, $85 million B Money
Yeah.
for one fight.
And that's at the basically where his career has finally ascended to, and it's not gonna be any higher than that ever. I mean, that's kind of like the peak of it all. So Tiafimo, get your head out of the clouds,
Yeah.
come
Be
on.
happy with your, if you're making $1 million or $2 million for this fight in Miami, your promoter is losing money.
But here is what I'm gonna tell you. This is from B Money to Tiafimo right here. Me, looking right at you right now.
Gotcha.
What you should be doing, Teofimo Lopez, overlook your opponent this Saturday and go all in on the wounded animal, Devin Haney. That is your next, that is your next meal ticket right there. Get all in his ear, force that fight to happen. Then we'll see what
Get all up in that.
then we'll see what happens in the ring. But that is how you're going to drive your revenue, your personal revenue up. Go after the wounded animal, okay? If there's a pack of wolves, he's the one dragging behind. Grab him. That's the one. That's the one you want. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, go after him. And then the winner, as Weekend Trav said a handful of moments ago, then the winner, Ryan Garcia, comes to us like he's coming out of the heavens after
B
12
Money.
months is
I feel
over.
like from now on, for the rest of our existence so far, we should reference Ryan Garcia as king.
King. Well, he is. He's the king of
King.
boxing, and he can't even box for 12
So,
months.
so the king, this is the king is going to reign over the world for 12 months without actually being the
Listen,
king
I've come
for real.
around. I've made fun of this guy. I made fun of
You
him in
have,
the
you
soap.
hated him for a while.
I didn't hate him. I just made fun of him. I don't, when I make fun of people, it doesn't mean I hate them. It just means I'm making fun of them. If anything, I respect you a little
Fair.
more if I can make fun of you.
That's fair.
But I made fun of his soaps. He was a nice guy in Dallas when we met him. He's a nice guy.
It was.
But that was before he ascended to who he is, the kingship, the real king. I can't wait till there's the graphics of Return of the King in about 8 to 10 months from now.
But think
Go
about
ahead.
this. He manifested this because remember we saw him in Dallas?
Manifest
How
destiny.
how did they what did his entrance look
He
like?
came in on a throne.
Because he's the king. He manifested this long ago
I
in
mean,
2021 from
technically,
2020
he
2021.
he kind of stole that from Tyson Fury, but
I did.
but he's a smaller guy on a throne, so it kind of yeah. And he
Listen,
had a crown, and it was
B Money's the fact checker. I was hoping you would just bypass that and overlook that and give it to the
oh
throne
because
to Ryan Garcia. But you're right.
I have
You're
integrity.
right, though.
I have
Tyson Fury did
integrity.
do that.
I have integrity here. Okay, the producer has integrity. I'm gonna speak a lot of trash, but I'm gonna be integritous over it. Is that a word? Is
Integritus.
that
It
a
is
word?
now. It
I
is
made it up.
now.
I made it up.
I support it.
Good, good, and
Can
I
we can
support
we
you.
make can we make a claim to Webster's dictionary how we can throw that in there as a
We
new
should,
word?
and we can reference episode 160 of Weighing In with Travis Hartman. If you haven't subscribed yet to our content, why not? Get us over that hump of subscribers. We would really love that. If you're not following us on Instagram, Weighing In with Travis Hartman, all one word. We post a lot of content there, or even on Facebook, but we really focus mainly on the Instagram stuff. It pushes over to Facebook. But follow us on YouTube, or if you're on Rumble or wherever else. Audio-wise, we do push it out to Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff. As long as I remember to upload it to our source that does that. I was a day late this last episode, but
B Money's all good. B Money is all good. We had a fan who's actually a good friend too, downtown Manny Brown, Bucky Knockout. Go to buckyknockout.com, buy their stuff. But he reached out. He's like, Trav, he's like, I saw that you guys posted on YouTube about your new episode. He's like, but I listened to you on his iPhone, which is the or Apple, whatever. He's like, but I haven't seen it there. I was like, oh crap. I was like, I'm pretty sure we're there. So I
yeah.
messaged B Money. B Money's like, yeah, we'll be there. Don't worry. And it was there the next day. So
I
it was all
thought
good.
it was an issue, but I was like, oh crap, no, I just forgot to upload it. We use a service called Podbean. A lot of podcasters use that service, podbean.com, and that helps connect to various audio sources, including Apple, including Spotify, including iHeartRadio, if you so choose, Google Podcasts, all that stuff. So anyways, if you're not subscribed or following, just do it. Really? Really? You got two honest guys here. One that's been in the game his whole life. One who kind of came into this game about 4 years ago just because I was, kind of had nothing to do during COVID, and here we are, 4 years later.
2020.
Good dude. No, think about it. Oh my
You were,
gosh.
I know
Mind blow. This is
it's
about to
four
be
years,
four
B Money.
years.
Like nobody can ever say that we weren't consistent.
Right
Ever.
after, wow, yeah, because we got like right after the 4th, right after your birthday, right?
So we're going on our 4-year anniversary, bro.
Nikes. Oh,
What?
anyways, fine. Final thoughts. We can trap go.
Oh my god, you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Final thoughts is I don't know. I don't really have a lot right now that I always say it, so I'll say it again. I'll just, you know what? I'll put it on repeat. Boxing's amazing. I love boxing. I'm going back and forth on my personal page about how boxing should be taught in schools, and I'm getting a lot of pushback because of injuries and CTE, everybody says. But I want to tell everybody this. I want to, I'm talking about it. More people get injured in football and basketball. We're talking about high school and under, so 18 and under. More people get injured in basketball and football than boxing in the 18 and under crowds. So everybody that keeps telling me this, there's official stats for that too. And everybody that keeps telling me this, I want to tell them you're wrong because it's untrue. I think we should teach boxing and offer boxing in schools. I think it would be better and beneficial. We would eliminate bullying. We'd eliminate a lot of stuff. So I just want to say, go to my personal page, find it out. I do think we should teach boxing in school.
Well,
I'm not saying competing, but at
no,
least teach it.
but I'm going to piggyback on that because I have some stats for you too. Because I'm ISSA certified, ISSA, also Safe Sports certified, all that good stuff.
USA
And so
boxing
I have a stat for
certified.
you. So more kids get injured by being a loser and getting butt hurt because they get picked on and they don't know how to defend themselves and actually get up to the plate and do something about it. That's science. They get
It's
injured by
science.
being butt hurt. Science.
It is June.
That over there is the talent weekend Trav.
That there is B Money, aka producer, aka the man, the myth, the legend, B Money.
I was on fire today.
Oh, bro, you were on fire.
God bless.
God bless.